guys, I'm G from that'syourgarbage.com, and this is part 2 of my review of The Secret World. We're going to talk a little bit about 5-man dungeons in The Secret World and compare them to ones I've played in other MMOs like World of Warcraft and Knights of the Republic. 5-man dungeon isn't really anything new to an MMO, you've all been there before, so we're just going to go in and do some comparisons. Firstly though, I want to show you guys a quick clip of Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager making a red shirt joke in The Secret World. After that, we'll talk about the multiplayer.
I'm familiar with that expression. It means the progress versus time graph for this operation is about to stop making us look good.
It's these abnormally deformed Condition 17s. Can we just start calling them zombies, sir? The autopsy shows muscle mass still expanding, new neural activity. I'm trying to isolate the chemical reactions, but in a soundbite. Zombies on PCP.
Humor me for the sake of our field report. The zombies. They are slabs of dead tissue. Ambulatory, cannibalistic, but dead. Inert. What's the stimulus?
My guess? An environmental trigger. See how they've been concentrated around this northern island? We need to contain this mutation. We need to get out there and...
Absolutely no field trips, Radcliffe. Safety first. We're just a science detail, and we're already closer than optimal survival distance to the occult epicenter on this one. Leave that to the red shirts.
Did you just drop a Star Trek reference, sir?
Whatever gave you that idea?
Tuvok, no one liked you, but at least that was funny. Anyway, so as you can see here, we're fighting a mini-boss, and this is the Polaris 5-man dungeon that you play in the beginning of the game. It's the first one you go through. This is basically like Dead Mines, same thing for World of Warcraft. First thing I want to talk about is the drop ratio. I've actually gone through and played Polaris 5 times, but I've only completed it 4 times. I ended up in a really crappy group. You can read about that a little bit more in the article that comes with this video. So far, I actually find the drop rate to be pretty good. At the end of Polaris, there was a sword and a gun that dropped on my first run, and unfortunately I didn't win the roll-off for either of them. So the other guy in the group who used the sword and pistol and actually lucked out and got both. I ran it two times after that and didn't see the drops again, but then on the fourth time that I ran it, I actually managed to pick up both the pistol and gun since nobody in the group needed it as much as I did. Other than that, drop rates seem pretty good. I like it. I think that's a good thing to have. They're going to be forcing me to rerun the same mission over and over. And if I have to do it more than 5 times, I'm probably going to get a little bit pissed off. The 5th time we did it just because we had such a good group and it was really fun. As you can see, things got done. And I enjoyed it, so I played it again just for the video. For finding groups, you're actually not really bad off. There's a lot of people playing. Server load is actually really full. I actually haven't been able to log on and see a time when servers weren't full. So, there's lots of people looking for groups and lots of people looking for quests and items and stuff. So they're going to be there, and all you have to do is type what your class is, within the group, say DPS, tank, whatever, and you're probably going to find a group in the first couple of minutes. I never really actually had to wait very long. So as far as I know right now, this is optimal playing time. And if you're hesitating to get into it, you shouldn't be hesitating. You gotta get in now. That way, at least basic players are there. So who knows? This game might not do as well as I'm hoping it will, and you're not gonna be able to find groups that are group questions and people off. Another thing I want to talk about is group combat. The traditional roles are tank, DPS, heal. This game actually has tank, DPS, and heal, except you can't really tell what a character does based on what they look like. Your choice in stats will actually determine that. So like I said before, you can wear whatever you want. I'm still wearing my trench coat in this video just because I like it. It doesn't actually add anything to my stats. It doesn't actually determine that I'm a DPS kind of character. What determines that is your class choice of weapons. So if you're wearing a katana, if you're wielding a katana or a sledgehammer, that's going to do damage. Wield blood magic means you can heal. So basically, your character's look doesn't actually determine what they're actually good at. And this, I actually kind of like that. I like that you can look however you want, but you're really good at it, whatever you feel like playing. Some characters I've actually noticed have actually gone and restatted. I ran a mission with a guy who was just starting to spec as a healer. He wasn't very good, but that's probably because his equipment was, DPS or something, and just trying to get over, mid-level up, which is something you can do, which I kind of find cool. Other than that, group interaction is basically like it would be in any other MMO. Same as WoW, same as Knights of the Republic. Except that you look cooler. Unless you play a Templar, for some reason all Templars look exactly the same. I don't know, that's probably just a personal atheist thing. I want to just talk a little bit about how the actual 5-man dungeons run. Instead of, you know, in Dead Mines when you're fighting through packs of elites and then at the end you fight a mini boss and then more elites and then mini boss, more elites, mini boss. The Secret World doesn't really have a lot of elite enemies that, you know, like blog your way. You just kind of go fight a couple like random guys and then you end up fighting mini bosses, which I like. You go in, you fight a mini boss, you move on to the next mini boss. It's not that long. You're not really spending too much time fighting guys you don't care about. Let's be honest, elites in World of Warcraft and Old Republic doesn't really drop anything of value other than a couple of like cheap greens that you're probably just going to sell in the auction house to make money. Really, it's the mini bosses that drop the serious items, and that's when you fight. You don't really have to waste that time chasing down elites, and I think that's a strength. I think that's a great design choice, and overall, I'm actually really happy with that. Like I said, I played Polaris 5 times, and I think it maybe took me about 4 hours of serious running, and more for that group of people that, you know, suck for me. I also wanted to talk a little bit about boss fights in this game. Okay, granted, I've only really fought through the, I guess would still be considered a mini boss, but not really, at the end of Polaris, and then the second final boss of Polaris. Both boss fights were huge. I mean, I've never gotten to the end game of World of Warcraft, usually because I got tired of grinding through levels around level 55 and just gave up. So I never really got to do any of those really big, you know, 20-man raids and all that stuff. So I've never really seen some of the really big fights in World of Warcraft. But the bosses in the Secret World at the end of the dungeons are friggin' huge, and the boss at the end of Polaris actually can kill you if you're not careful. When she opens the dimensional rift and, you know, pulls you into that alternate dimension, basically it's a 2-shot. I mean, I got hit by her once and I basically flew across the map and, I don't know, lost most of my health. And the healers had to work real hard to keep me alive long enough for us to break out of that dimension. But overall, I really like that they have gigantic bosses. It's one of the things you saw in the trailer, and I'm glad that they didn't, you know, shy away from that in favor of just making regular boss fights. I like the huge demons. I think it's cool, and I think that that's the main reason why you can replay Polaris and not be bored, because at the end of it, you are fighting some gigantic ass telekinetic, dimensional, you know, shifting monster that just basically screams the genre, and I love it. I like the Cthulhu face too with all the tentacles. That was pretty funny. Reminds me of Mansions of Madness, which is it's a board game that you guys should check out if you're interested. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about is my overall opinion, and that's basically that the Secret World is still one of the best MMOs I've played. I mean, as you can see in the video now, I'm fighting a demon that basically just came out of a hell portal. That's awesome, and I love this game. Frankly, I don't even want to be doing this video right now. I'm only doing it because the guys are depending on me to push out content. But really, if it was up to me, I'd be playing the game right now. And if you're not playing this game and you have the time to invest in an MMO, you should definitely give this game a chance. It's worth it as far as I know. And basically, next video I'm going to talk about PvP if I can figure it out. And that's all I really got to say. Check out this end clip of this guy just ranting about hell. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
You got the same Jonesing as me. And let me tell you, until it got its hooks in, I didn't do obsession. Even my ADD has ADD. It's where I get my edge. That and the fast food. They keep me real fast. No good now. Once you see that place, you've stared at the sun. Close your eyes and it's imprinted on your retinas. Deserts on fire, sky like an open mouth, twisted goddamn creatures with a terrible fucking beauty. It's poetic. I hear them when I sleep, or sometimes when I'm awake. They know all our names and all our bullshit. How to rub an ego and stop just short of climax. They say they'll be my muse, my masterpiece, my Pulitzer, all access, all coke and BJ's. Dante never had it so good. It's way past too late for me. Room's coming apart. Guess Wicker clocked out. I can feel it all like a scab picked away to the mess beneath. But there's still time for you to do your thing, whatever that is. And hey, you see my old editor on the other side. Tell her we'll do lunch soon.